Welcome in to a Guns and Gear Live special edition on Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and I hope you're enjoying this from the comforts of your home by a fireplace and not freezing your baguettes off. What does that mean? That's in Christmas vacation, and I've never understood what it meant, but it's a funny quote. So
don't freeze rolls.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. So, hey, as you can tell, I'm missing someone. Missing him dearly and hoping he is getting rest and relaxation. Yes. Ryan isn't here, okay? He's out enjoying, he's enjoying the beach. And by enjoying the beach, I mean...
He's at the beach.
He's at the beach. He's probably inside enjoying the beach. So, but anyway, welcome in, guys, Guns and Gear Live. We've got a really cool one today. As you guys know, Wheeler Tools, always creating new innovative stuff. They've got the T-handle hex set that I use constantly. That's a staple in my utility and my bag of tricks. I'm on it, just so we're aware that I'm monitoring Facebook and I'm monitoring YouTube. So if there's a delay there, that's why. So I'm jumping back and forth. But Wheeler is really, really innovating right now. And they've got a guy there. And if you guys ever meet Mark Purcell, I'm gonna share some funny insights on Mark. And if we were at SHOT Show a few weeks ago and we had this conversation, I'd bring up the story and I'd make him tell the story. So Mark actually comes over from the tool industry. And he has an aversion to people with missing fingers and stuff. And in the tool industry, you see those people. And he tells the funniest story about guys coming up to him and shaking his hand, and he's like, oh, no. It's something, I don't know. There's a disconnect there somewhere. But no, really good stuff. But he's one of those kind of brilliant minds people that he played collegiate basketball, and he got his degree, finished out, and said, what am I going to do? And he wound up in the tool industry, and thank goodness Wheeler got him to come over to their side, because he's kind of reinventing Wheeler Tools and bringing everything back. Okay, yes, we are going live. We are live on YouTube. It wasn't coming on mine, so we're back up and running. Oh, Ronald Davis joining in from snowy Michigan.
Happy birthday.
So anyway, let's jump into this. So what they are introducing they're introducing their FAT Stix, their Fat Stix, which is a T-handle torque set. So it's preset wrench set. Which is actually really cool. It's all in one. You've got a lot of different poundages and all that. And then I'm gonna get to this, but they're introducing some new scope rings that are gonna make our lives so much easier, and we can buy one ring and we cover two bases with it, which I've had some problems with. But let's jump into that interview with Mark right now, talking Wheeler Tools. All right, you ever find yourself at the range or in your gun room and you don't have the right tool because you left it in your range bag or somewhere else? Well, Wheeler Engineering is known for making massive movements in gunsmithing tools and helpful stuff to help your everyday life. I'm joined by Mark Purcell of Wheeler Engineering. Mark, what are we talking about today?
Hey KJ, thanks for having me. Yeah, so as you guys know, Wheeler is very well known for gunsmithing tools and basically making your life easier to build, customize, and maintain your firearms. And we are coming out with a new product. The first one I'm going to show you today is called the Fat Stix. Now, this is a prototype, so bear with me here. But basically, you guys know our Fat Wrench is our best seller. We sell a ton of those things, and it's a device to perfectly dial in your torque setting for mounting scopes and maintaining your firearms so you don't over tighten screws, snap them, things of that nature. So the FAT name, it doesn't stand for effing awesome tools, even though I'd like it to be. The FAT actually stands for Firearm Accurizing Torque. Now what we're coming out with is a new program. It'll come with a T-handle for starters, and this kit that'll come in a really nice range bag, so it's easy to take on and off the range or work on your bench. It will come with 5 torque limiters that will be very, very easy to read. This one is 25 inch-pounds, and they will come in 15, 25, 35, 45, and 65 inch-pounds, along with 12 of your most common screwdriver bits and a bit extension. So this will give you the ability to, again, mount your scopes, do any customization to your firearm, maintain it on the range in a nice, easy, small package that'll fit in your range bag.
It is handy, and I had a probably a common occurrence happen to me that I reached out to you guys and I actually said, hey, can you send me an extra set of rings because I had torqued a little too much and sheared off a screw and I didn't have a replacement.
Yep.
So I'm glad to see you guys offering a wide range of the limiters for guys, because they can easily change them out and they're ready to go.
You're exactly right, KJ. And honestly, we see that happen all the time. And with beginners and new shooters at an all-time high, we want to make sure that we're educating them so they know not only is it important to set your scope rings to the exact specification depending on which rings you have. Usually it's between 15 and 20 inch-pounds. And then your rail nuts on the side is typically around 45. Obviously you want to check your user manuals, but I see a lot of people just grabbing a screwdriver and hammering down on it. And like you said, they're very easy to strip or snap them all together, and that can be a huge pain. But also, for repeatability is huge too. And that will kind of lead me into our next product. Is we've addressed another pain point with shooting sports, long distance as well as hunting, is we found there's a lot of guys out there that like a specific optic for multiple firearms. And we have solved the pain point of having to buy multiple sets of rings to move one scope or optic from one firearm to the next. So this is our new Wheeler Sporter Ring. And what's unique to this is this will accommodate both Picatinny style rails as well as Weaver style rails. And the nice thing with this, yeah, exactly, I can see you're excited. You absolutely need to dial these in to the exact specification for long distance shooting as well as hunting, because that can actually affect your accuracy with your optic. But the pain point that we were talking about earlier is there's a lot of guys that have one optic that they really like, or that they simply can't afford multiple optics for all their guns, so they need to be able to move it from one to the next. Now this is very simply done, KJ, by this recoil lug on the bottom. There's a screw here in the center. So if I want to move it from my pick style to a Weaver, all it is one set screw and this metal piece, which is called a recoil lug. You flip it over to the other side and it's going to set in there nice and tight on your other firearms. Now the cool thing with what we've designed, because there is some other folks that have attempted this, but they just don't work, and it's simply because the tolerances aren't tight enough, and our engineers did a fantastic job making sure these fit perfectly on both styles. There is absolutely no slop, no movement whatsoever. It's a great product. It's going to come in all your most common sizes, high, medium, low, in 30, 34, and 1 inch, and they're all going to be under $30 as well, so they're very affordable.
So, and we were talking about this right before, is that I dealt with this same problem. I had a gun, I had rings, and they were just a little too high. And so I went searching through my box of rings that I'd either thrown to the side or whatever, and all I could find was pick rail. Yep. I needed Picatinny rail. So if this is a perfect solution, and it's one of those questions that you ask, why the hell did someone not design this before? This is how it should be.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
I don't know. Wheelers, like all of a sudden I'm figuring out really quickly, they're making my life easier and more manageable because one, I'll have the correct torque on all my screws on my rings and my bases, anything else that I need. And now they just made my life easier with optics rings. So Wheeler Engineering, these guys have got it down. New stuff from Wheeler. Okay, let's talk about the rings, the scope rings, because I think we've all had this problem, and it seems to happen to me more lately, that I'll have a set of weavers on a gun and I'll only have pick rail attachments, or I'll have a pick rail and then I'll only find weaver rings that really work for it. And what they've done is they've made one set of rings to really rule them all. I see what I did there. Our editor behind the scenes is like,
Yes.
I know where that quote came from. But no, it's a really cool idea. And they told me this, that they were coming out with these, last year when I was up at Missouri with them. And I couldn't wait to get them. And plus, they only cost like $29. So that's really cool. So they come in the popular sizes, 1 inch, 30 millimeter, 34 millimeter, all in low, medium, and tall, which is great. So hopefully they'll send me a bunch of down and we can test them out. But for the most part, man, Wheeler is innovating. Okay, we've got comments on cold weather. We definitely got that. Wheeler, keep innovating. Bobby Haynes, thank you so much for chiming in. But they do a Paul Bessemer got my Lord of the Rings joke, so I was proud of that. They should have done that as a tagline or something with these. Come on, Wheeler, what are you doing? But if you haven't used Wheeler rings in over the past year and a half, I urge you to do so. They've got some kind of more tactical rings that literally have 6 screws in them. I mean, that scope is not going to move on you. But those are awesome. Always the fat wrench. I think that's where people kind of when they hear Wheeler, I think they go, "Oh, the fat wrench! I love that. It's a torque wrench. You've got all these different bits ready to go." But now with their fat Stix, you have a preset torque wrench set, which is great. They've wanted to do that for a while, and I think they've come out with something good, and all because of Mark Purcell sitting there driving the machine. But no, rings, okay, yes, rings will be available very soon. I haven't gotten a date on them, but I know it's going to be soon. I know it's up on their website. Speaking of website, if you click the description below, you can go in and check this stuff out. They've got some videos up there. They've got some images and a detailed description, but you can get notified on the release. So when they go live, you'll be the first to know about it. Also, if you find something at Wheeler that you'd like, enter code GUNTALK10 at checkout to receive a special discount. I wonder what it could be. Let's see. Gun Talk 10. So you're telling me Gun Talk 10. But anyway, yeah. So enter Gun Talk 10 at checkout and you'll receive a special gift. Maybe not gift, but a special surprise.
Special.
Look, I saved.
You'll be special.
Yeah, you'll be special. So Texas Huntsman says their vices and clamps are also really good, worth the price. Trust me on this one, money well spent. Excellent, guys. But anyway, that's kind of it for Wheeler this year. But, it doesn't take a lot of products to make a company good at launching products. It just takes good products from good people. And the folks at Wheeler are definitely that. But go check them out. Go check out their Fat Stix and their new By Weaver pick rings. Very cool.
Let's see what we get. Always very innovative. It's a lot of fun.